All right, it's your man, uh, Sir Earl, coming at you with Underdogs on Top. Um, Going with another podcast. We do one on Sunday. It's my one. We do one on Wednesday for Underdogs on Top. So, got a couple of new features that we're using. My hair look crazy. I have not been to the barbershop yet, which I'm going to do soon this week coming up. We've been just like extremely busy. Um, what I wanted to discuss is that the underdogs on top, the scenario of the underdogs on top is those that beat the odds. So what I wanted to say is like you're coming from what you're listening to is coming from a bodybuilder that has been involved in this sport for over 30 years. So the things that I try to get through to people is more about overcoming the odds and working against the odds than it is about being a bodybuilder. Okay, I learned so many things from the sport of bodybuilding that applies to life, which was, goal setting, never giving up, overcoming the odds, uh, believing in yourself when no one else believes in you. I've been through that since my days living in Inglewood. When I was, 12, 13, well, I was 12, I had a daughter. And, the scenario was that because of all the things that I have done as far as going to jail, having kids early, dropping out of high school, never going to college. Um, the thing was, I would not live past 16. In the neighborhood I was at, only 2% of the people ever make it out of there, and guarantee you they're not making it out of there. Which is like I've owned my own business for 25 years. I never had any formal teaching. Um, I About 2 years ago, I had a massive stroke that, of course, didn't allow me to pick back up training. Whereas now, I'm back to almost full strength. Um, when I started lifting, they told me that I would never, I could never gain weight. The doctor told me I could never gain weight. So therefore, I'm going to always be a small kid. When I started lifting, I was 124 pounds at probably 30 years age. Most people they start lifting at 14, 15 years of age. I started very late and I did it specifically because they told me I would never be more bigger than an average size kid. So I did that. I joined my first gym at, I was probably 25 years old. I've been as heavy as 265. Um, I've I've won bodybuilding shows. I won state bodybuilding show. I started judging for the NPC, which is the National Physique Committee. I promoted my own show for probably 5 years at Prairie State College. Um, and a lot of that, I was a judge, I was a promoter, and a lot of times I was told I could never be those things. So I set out to accomplish everything I ever thought I wanted to do within uh, the bodybuilding and achieving my goals because they told me I could never do it, which I wanted to prove a lot of people wrong, and I've been doing that. When I first opened up my personal training studio in Homewood, I was it was only one out here, and they said, "No, you'll never be able to make that." Most studios or gyms will only last approximately 5 to 7 years. I've done mine and been in mine for over 25 years, and I can honestly say right now we're without a doubt one of the best, longest lasting personal training studios in the South suburban area, if not the Chicagoland area. So what I try to do with delivering this podcast is I have one message and one message only. And that is there is nothing in life that you can't do. Nothing. If you are willing to work hard and prepare yourself the best you can. Look at what they're telling you can't do. Go out and do it. Figure out how you do it. There was never, until I started promoting my bodybuilding show, there was never a Black promoting bodybuilding show. And this is not really not about race. It's about achieving things that others think you cannot achieve. So I did that for well over 10 years. I judged for well over 10 years. So I did a lot of things before when I was told I couldn't. And my thing was, okay, learn, instead of listening to how you can't, learn how you can. And store that knowledge of reading and podcasts and motivational speaks. All those things are things that you should learn and practice on a daily basis. If you want to be better than the average person, you have to give and work harder than the average person. And that's what led me to where I was at, because I was always told no matter what I did, I could never accomplish that. I could never compete. I could never hold the show. I could never do promotion. I could never, uh, do program seminars with world famous bodybuilders. I've had seminars with the great Ronnie Coleman, Sean Ray, who's a very good friend of mine. So I've done a lot of things, mainly based on I can't. So many people that are supposed to know, are telling me I can't. And the more you tell me I can't, the harder I'm going to work to do it. Okay. That's just who I am. And that's how I've always been. You tell me I can, I'll show you I can. So the basis of this particular program, Underdogz on Top, which is, like I said, it's not about bodybuilding. It's more so about you can do it. You can fight the odds. Like we have a clothing line now called Underdogz on Top. We'll be we'll do the big debut May 10th, but we'll be online. We'll be selling online. We'll have it in the club. We're located at 18061 Dixie Highway is our studio. We have another office that we do our podcast and some other things that we do, located 511 South Trail, called Underdogz Media, where we handle, in that location, we handle a lot of media, so a lot of podcasts, a lot of posting, a lot of social media. So, for a person that thought that they would never make it out of Inglewood alive, they now have a studio, another office, a home, a wife. I mean, it's unbelievable. What has happened to me throughout my lifetime has been something that stories are written about, and I'm very thankful for it. And like I say, this particular podcast is not about having things and getting things. It's about how strong are you? How hard are you willing to work to get where you think you want to go? Me, I would die before I lose in anything. So I have a very determined will, and I try to use that every opportunity to show people. Like I said, you'll see more working out videos. You'll see more nutrition. You'll see a lot more things that we're going to be doing, um, displaying our clothing line. Um, we'll have a lot more things. I have a lot of things planned, and I just, like I say, invite you to subscribe, to check out the podcast, stay looking, stay watching, um, listen to our other podcast. It's My World One, which is usually posted on Sundays. And we're going to have a great time, really, really showing the hard work and effort that it takes to be your best. We're going to show it through to you step by step, a little bit like we'll take our clothing line and we'll show you how we go from buying clothes. Okay, right now we're buying a lot of stuff from Target. We're buying a lot of things from TikTok, and we take those things, and if you saw it, you would never know it because we have a worldwide uh, legal right to honor. My name is it's all uh, copyrighted, so no one can come and just take my stuff. These are things that can go around the world and they're sanctioned, they're covered, they're all those things. Um, so we'll be showing you, we'll be taking you along the way of what it takes to be number one in fitness and the best at what we do. So stay tuned, subscribe, make sure you get the feeds, and until next time, I'll talk to you. All right.